Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Here we are. All right, let's see if we can go live over here on Instagram yet. It's always this little lag time here. We're waiting and waiting. Oh, there it goes. Now I can click it. Okay, we're going live. Hey, everybody. Happy almost Thanksgiving for those of you here in the United States. I know, if you were in Canada, you've already had your Thanksgiving back in October. Yeah, hold on. Sorry. Instagram did not pop up for some reason today, so I'm going to go find it. There we are. Okay, so here we go. Hi, everybody. Hi, Chris. Happy Wednesday. It's always that weird time in the beginning, when you're trying to get everything hooked up. But I'm so glad to be here with you guys. Hopefully, maybe you're cooking today, preparing for Thanksgiving tomorrow if you're doing Thanksgiving, and getting a chance to watch us live. But it's so great to have you guys here. So say hi, say hello, where you're watching from, what's going on. And today I have a special guest that you guys haven't met before, and we're going to chat about new things on crochet.com and just kind of our favorite things. We're coming to the end of the big sale. So now is the time. If you haven't already taken part in the big sale, go ahead and grab your stuff now. Take advantage of these great discounts. And we're going to just tell you about some other things going on. So let's see. Hi, Cindy. Great to have you. And Samantha, happy Wednesday again. Hi from Minnesota. Oh, and Spain. No sound. Is anybody else hearing me? I assume people are hearing me. Yes. Hi, Carlene. Hopefully somebody can say, yes, we have sound. Samantha is in Manchester in the UK. I'm making Christmas baubles. Yay. Hi, I Coffee and Crochet. Hi, C. Mullins. Hi, Tracy. It is so great to have you guys all here in South Wales, UK. Yes, sound is good. Okay, great, great, great. You can hear me okay. Oops. Cancel that. I don't know what I just did. Yes, sound is good. Yes. Okay. Hi from Scotland. It's so great to have you. Hi, hi, hi. Yay, everybody is here. Okay. Hi from Sweden. Wow, guys, this is so fun. Okay. I'm going to bring in our guests. We're going to start chatting. If you have questions along the way, please let us know. Throw them in one of the chats wherever you're following us so we can go ahead and answer them and give you suggestions and ideas. And yeah, we're just going to have fun. So, okay, here we go. Our guest today is Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hello. Welcome. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. Oops. Let me turn my volume way down. Oh, there we go. My husband's downstairs cooking because it's our Thanksgiving coming up. So I'm like, I have other things to do. I'm busy up here.
Yes, delegate. It's all about the delegation, right?
Right.
Okay, so Kim is from Knit for Brains. So let me throw this link in here. I'm going to put it here in the chat. So if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you're going to get the link. If you're on Instagram, you're going to have to go searching. Hi from Penn State. Good to have you here. But so you are going to be able to find a lot of great videos over on Kim's YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe and like. Don't forget to subscribe and like for our channels too if you haven't already. But it's a lot of great content that you're going to find. The more I learn about Kim, the more I realize what a We Crochet, crochet.com knit picks lover she is. She's got a lot of insight about the products and things like that. So I'm so excited to get to chat with her today. And I hope you guys are too. So please ask questions. She is a prolific maker, so she knows what it's like to use these products and can give you, true feedback on what she thinks about them.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Huge fan. You don't see, but I actually have probably enough to open up a We Crochet yarn store locally.
We
Yeah.
love that. We love
I know.
that.
Me too. Me too. The yarns are just really phenomenal. Like across the board, everything I've tried is just really top notch. Huge
So
fan.
what's your go-to? Okay, we should start off by saying that you are in California, so
Yes.
it is a warmer climate, so that does make a difference. But what is your favorite yarn or your favorite fiber type that you tend to go to the most?
Well, I do a lot. I find I do a lot of garments. That seems to be my go-to. And so being in Southern California, I really try to go with a lighter weight, like a sports weight, something like this. And I'm just a natural fiber. I mean, if I'm wearing it against my skin, not really a big fan of something that's 100% acrylic. It just doesn't
Mhm.
wash up as well. So I want to have at least, if it's not 100%, like merino wool or maybe a cotton, then it's going to be a blend of something. So
Yeah.
like this is one of my all-time favorites. And I know we're going to talk about other yarns, but the upcycle alpaca was just like the answer to so many prayers for me, and it's 33% alpaca, 34% wool, and then it's got
Mhm.
the 33% acrylic. So it's got the machine washable, it's got the wear, but yet, and this is the sports weight, so I think it also came in a worsted weight or something. But
Yeah,
it's got to have some natural fibers. I also like the idea that something is recycled. I'm big on recycle, reuse, that kind of a thing. So
yeah.
that's kind of why I just gravitate towards the stuff that you guys make. It's amazing.
Thank you. I definitely have to agree that blends are my favorite, because I
Mm.
don't care. The only time I think I go like 100% acrylic type of thing is if I'm making a blanket to give away to somebody, because it just makes it so easy. Like they don't have to think about caring for it. It can go in the wash machine, it can go in the dryer. I will admit that I have changed it up a little bit since we brought in Heatherly a couple years ago with that acrylic wool blend. That is
Mhm.
now my go to because, again, it can go in the wash machine.
Exactly.
But yeah, the blends are definitely where it's at, in my opinion. It just brings those great pieces of each of the fiber types together, and it's so wonderful. There is a
Exactly.
question here. Can you say the name of the yarn again? I think you're talking about the upcycle alpaca
Yes,
that we were
that's what I'm
just
holding here.
showing. Yep, upcycle alpaca. You can go ahead and search for that on the website. You'll be able to find it. It's either in sport weight or worsted. We are getting
Mhm.
very low on colors right now. It's just being sold out, but have no fear, there'll be more soon. So grab what you can while it is on a great discount. IB Serenity, I do see your question here about more colors in a loft. I will bring that up and let them know that we are missing colors now, and to look into that a little bit more. So thank you for that feedback. Okay, so speaking of yarns and everything, we're going to chat today about some yarns that came out with some new colors lately. We're going to talk about some brand new yarns that people haven't seen in the past, that have just kind of come out recently. And I'm so excited to get to share them here with you guys. And the first one that I have on my bin is our City Tweed DK. Now, this
Mm.
is a yarn that's been around for a while. It comes in a DK and it comes in an Aran or worsted weight. It's definitely a thicker yarn on the spectrum of what the weight is. And it's got this beautiful, hopefully you can see this beautiful twist
Yeah,
to it, with the neps in it. And we brought out a bunch of new colors for the season. And I am so excited about this.
that is
Have you ever tried
so
this one?
pretty. Oh, yes, I love that.
I'm starting to lose my yarn here, but I mean, there's just so many great new colors. A lot of these are like fally colors, and this color, the original color palette for this yarn was very jewel tone. And so we definitely brought in some of these softer, more like pastelly. This one's coming up a little bit more blue on the screen, but it's a little bit more of a pastelly color.
Yeah.
So these are really, really great new colors to add into the collection. And like, honestly, they just go so well together. They're
Those are
beautiful.
beautiful.
Yeah. And, speaking about a blend, again, let's just say that this one is 55% merino wool, 25% superfine alpaca, and then the 20% Donegal tweed. So this is an amazing blend to be putting together for garments, and things like that. I love it. It's so soft. It's really wonderful. And now you have
Did you
all
say
these
what the
great
weight
new
was on
colors.
that? What's the weight on that again?
This one here is a DK, but we also have it in an Aran weight, so you can get it in a thicker weight if you're looking for that as well.
Okay.
So yeah,
That it looks like a nice, like something you like a nice Irish sweater or, something that, but even like a cowl could be really pretty with that.
yeah. I don't know if people saw, but we did couple months ago. Oh, geez, maybe it was probably longer than that. The hummingbird cardigan is done in city tweed. It has the granny squares, like one row of granny square, and then the rest of it is done in a solid color. It is absolutely gorgeous.
I think I
And
have a
that is,
hummingbird pattern, but I also have
yeah.
this.
Yes, yes. And then that is done. Oh no, it's not in that
It's
collection.
not
It's
in here.
in um is it
I think I just got that one.
I think it was in aviary. I don't know. I have to look, but yes, it is one of our old patterns, or not old, but um it's one of our patterns. There's a question here about my sweater. So we're going to talk about this next, actually. So this is done in Swish Pops. And I'm going to let Kim just talk to us a little bit about Swish Pops because she fell in love with it and went all out. So go ahead and tell us about Swish Pops and why you love it.
So I ran into it and I loved the colors. I love the names. I love that it was all about music. There was like British pop, there was grunge, there was punk, There was like all these different things, and you could actually buy the assorted set of it,
Yeah.
which I did. And not only that, but it included like I think it was either Spotify or a soundtrack that went with it that you could
Mhm.
download. So while I'm sitting there doing my thing, yeah.
Yep.
And what I ended up doing with it, which was so cool, and is I made a long cardigan and I went to go see
Mm.
Pink in concert. And I wanted just, yeah, I just wanted like this super cool rocking, like, you know, that I could wear to this amazing concert. And it was all about music. And so that's what I ended up doing with it. And it's awesome. It's
I love it.
100%
Yeah, well,
wool,
let me before I get it wrong, it's 100% fine superwash merino wool.
merino
So,
wool.
I mean, you've probably all heard of our Swish yarn line, right? And so this was a take on it where it's a hand dyed process. They're not all dyed the same. So please check it before you go. It'll say on the website, it'll kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like. But some of them, like this one, has some speckling to it.
Right.
These are more all solid, but you can see there's like a little bit of hand painting in there. So there's all different kinds of dye techniques within this yarn. But yes, we went after that music theme,
It
came up
was
with some
awesome.
genres of what we were going for. And we had so much fun putting together the playlist and things like that. And these are only just a couple of them, but we've got new colors that just came out in Swish Pop. So excited.
Yeah. It was just, it's like, it was such a fun concept. I was looking at the
Yeah.
website, I'm like, oh my gosh, what a cool deal. And then it said
Yeah.
if you wanted the bulk buy. So I went to the page, I'm like, okay, yes. And
Okay.
then there was
Twist
a
my arm.
couple, there was, yeah, I was always twist my arm. My husband's like, oh,
Yeah.
guess what came for you?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Shucks.
Yeah, I know.
But
But,
yeah,
you know,
so I did a hexagon cardigan. It was a make and do crew pattern. And so I just followed the pattern and I did my swish pops for the main part of it. And then you add a little bit to give yourself the length in the sleeves and then a little bit of length in the bottom and then your ribbing. And so I just took regular swish DK in a color that I felt matched really well in the swish pops. And that's just what I did for my little bit extra because I just thought it needed a little something solid to
yeah.
go with it. But yeah, I love it so much. It is so nice. And like even with this pattern that has like a lot of holes in it, it's still nice and warm. Of course, it'll be different if you're out in the blustery wind, but like for the
Yeah.
winter and stuff, it's not like overheating, but it's a really nice warmth. I love Swish. It is one of my favorites.
So how many skeins did it take you to make that?
That's a great question.
'Cause-
I want to say it was 4,
Uh-huh.
possibly 5, I can't remember, but again and I also did mine a little oversized, so it'll also depend, on
Right.
it, but it was I just took what it was in the pattern and just translated it yardage-wise over, and that worked perfectly. I
Yeah.
didn't have any problems with it, at all, so it was
Yeah,
really
because there's
great, and
some
I
good yardage in that too.
love it.
Those were
Yeah.
that was a lot of yards.
Yeah, I forget what is this though, and this is 246 yards, so that's
Okay.
great. It is a DK weight yarn, so you can use it for a lot of different things. I see a lot of people do use it for like hats and cowls and things like that, so they can get 1 or 2 skeins. But again, a really great way to just make it go a little longer is put a solid color with it because it
Yeah.
does gauge-wise match up with our regular Swish DK.
But it gives it a nice, like I like the accent border, with
Yeah.
the gray. It kind of just brings it all together. Otherwise, it could be a little busy and
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing or thinking too. All right, so we didn't talk about this one yet, but I need to know, have you ever tried Muse before?
Mm, I think I have some of that in my stash. I
Yeah.
believe I do. I'm
So we
thinking
used
that
to
there's
have it
if I
we
don't
had
have it in my stash, I should.
yeah, we had a Muse fingering. This is the Muse Aran weight. So there are 2 different weights, and we just came out with a whole bunch of new colors. This is just a collection of them. I mean, gosh, it is so
Gorgeous.
gorgeous. And,
Oh,
it's a nice squishy yard. So it's an Aran weight. It's 114 yards. It's 100% superwash merino wool. And hopefully you can see like it's an untwisted
yeah.
with it. So it's kind of like along the lines of a roving, but it definitely has way more structure to it than a roving does. It's not like it's going to split and come apart. But if you haven't, this is also one that you should really be checking out and trying. It's an awesome wool. Yes, write this
Writing down
one
my
down.
shopping list. Yes. That's I love that natural, like the new yarns that we were going to talk about. I love that natural kind of like you said, it's the roving, it
Yeah,
doesn't look so polished and so finished. I love that
yeah.
kind of a look.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, let's jump into one of those new yarns that we were talking about. So, we'll just be honest. I sent Kim some yarn, and of course, it's showing up today after the live. So Kim's going to do some unboxing or some videos, really going
Yes.
into it once she gets the yarn in her hands. But we've been talking about it and sharing about it, and so we're still going to talk about some of these new yarns. But this one here is called Sandscapes, and this is a fingering weight yarn. There's 328 yards, and it is 100% fine superwash virgin wool. And I mean, this is another one of those
Yep.
yarns that is not applied yarn. It's more of kind of like that roving feel to it. It's absolutely gorgeous, and the coloration on these are so great. Like, I have to admit, I mean, I've said it before, I am not a designer. So, like, coming up with what I'm going to do with these is not like the easiest thing for me. So I can't wait for people like you, Kim, to get this in your hands and come up with something fabulous for me to make with it.
I am so excited because, well, first of all, like my husband and I, he's retired, and so we do a lot of cruising, and so I was drawn in to the names. I'm always about
Mhm.
like the color, but then I love the names, and you guys are amazing when you come out. So these are all like sea names, right? Like
Yep.
tsunami and
This one is
crater.
Stingray, and this is
Yes, and so
Adrift.
I think what I got was I got the I think the Sea Star and the Oasis. Oh, and
Okay.
Crater, those 3. And I love it. So the Oasis was kind of that blue, purple color, blue and greens, I
Yeah.
think it is. What I think I'm gonna do with these, because there's a lot of yardage. I think it's like 300 and something, 320 something,
328.
328.
Yeah.
Um, I think I'm gonna do just like a maybe like a shawl or like a stole, like a long, and do
Mm.
all 3 of them together, and then have the
Ooh,
colors blend together. You know what I mean? Like a block of color and then transition in. I
I
think that
love
would
it.
be beautiful. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be great. And, it's still like a really nice, soft type of yarn, like that you're gonna wanna be able to still wear next to you, even though it is that 100% wool. Because I know a lot of people get concerned about that. And I still think this is a really great yarn to be making for things around your neck.
Mhm.
It is a fingering weight yarn. And I will say, too, it has a little bit, maybe you can see it on this side, it has a little bit of that thick and thin to it,
Mhm.
not drastically that you're really going to notice it, but there is a little bit of that going on, just to keep in mind as you're picking that perfect project for this particular
Yeah.
yarn.
But it's a virgin wool, right? So
Yes,
it's also gonna be really soft. It's not
yes,
gonna be like, like a scratchy thing. So I'm
right.
super excited. But that's what I'm gonna do is just take the 3. Crater is more of like a browns and grays and things like that. So I may not
Mhm.
add that one to the mix.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do the Sea Star and the Oasis. And which is that what you're holding?
No, I
No,
have
you're
Stingray and Adrift here.
yeah. So I'm gonna take them and then just make like maybe not a shawl, but maybe just like a stole, like rectangular
Mhm.
long, almost like a scarf, and then just kind of wear that around. I
Ooh, I'm
love
excited.
the oh my gosh, I can't wait. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna do an unboxing and then you all can see it and I'll have more stuff that you can take a look at on my
I
channel.
love it. I am so excited. And the theme too for some of these new yarns is definitely, I don't want to say it's variegated color, but like this color change. The next one I want to chat about is this one here, which is called Psychedelica. This is I am so excited for this. Like, it is another fingering weight yarn, but the colors in this are so stunning. It feels so nice to hold it and to work with it. I'm so excited about this. This one here is 437 yards.
Yeah.
It's 55% extra fine superwash merino, 20% silk, and 25% polyamide. So it is a machine wash, cold, lay flat to dry yarn. And I mean, just look
Look
at the
at those
colors. Like,
colors.
they're
I
awesome. They're amazing.
I think those were the first ones I saw, and I reached out and I was like, I am a sucker for variegated, like anything variegated, anything color, which was kind of my downfall because for years that's all that I was buying was
Yeah,
variegated, and then someone's like, well, how are you going to make a sweater out of that? So it was really hard for me to draw back and go with, like a solid like this,
yeah.
which I love. But I am so excited, and it looks like the variegation, like there's long color transitions, like
Mhm.
it's not super short. So you can
Right.
actually do, so I'm hoping to do, because I've got 2, I'm hoping to do like a sweater or something. And again, probably combine the 2.
Love it.
But now that's a fingerling weight, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes, okay. So that could be a sock yarn.
Mhm.
So I have a thing about sock yarns. When I get something that's this pretty, I'm like, that is not going in my stinky shoes. There is no way I am putting something that pretty in my shoes. I say that on my
Yeah,
channel all the time. I'm like, nope, it's going to go around the neck, it's going to go on the head, but
yeah,
I'm not making socks with that pretty yarn. So
yeah, it
that's
has
what
to be
I'm not
shown
going to do.
off. It can't just live in
Exactly.
shoes.
Exactly. I'm not going to do that with that
Yeah,
gorgeous yarn, but I'm so excited about that
yeah.
one.
And it feels so great. Like, I'm excited to work with this and make something really fun. But yeah, I definitely agree. It's going to be great for like shawls and things like that. It's going to be great for working into other projects too with some solid colors. So it's a lot of fun. It's going to be really good.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have another variegated-ish yarn. Now, this one's a little bit longer of a color transition. This one is called our Visions yarn. And this one is 273 yards. It is a sport weight yarn. It is 50% cotton, 50% viscous. And that viscous makes it so, so silky. Like,
Yeah.
it is just like a glossy, you
Oh,
know, perfection in your hands. And I will say too, like, I've only worked up a swatch in these. It's not so slippery that like
right.
your stitches don't hold their shape or anything, or like you get weird things, but it just glides right through your fingers. The colors are beautiful. You can see it's more of like that ombre from one color out. You're not having like a color repeat. You're just ombreing out or in, whichever way you want to go. But it's some really great colors, and I think this is really fabulous.
I wonder if it's because with the cotton in it that that's what gives it a little bit more of that structure. Because sometimes when you work
Yeah.
with the viscose or the bamboo, it's too slippery, and
Yep.
then it pulls, and you get the snags, and
Yeah.
it hangs. It yeah, it's just not good. But these colors, I'm so excited. I got three. I think summer breeze, mushroom, and I think crackling rose. Which again, I
That's
love the
this
names
one.
because was which one's that?
This is the Cracklin' Rose.
See, that to me, I'm like, that looks like an English garden to me, like the
Yeah.
rose colors. Yeah. And I love that. When I saw those, I'm like, these look like songs to me. They sounded like songs to me. So
Mhm.
I kind of
Yeah,
was transported to the 70s, which is
they're
weird.
just so beautiful. I love them. I love them so much, and on the website, you'll be able to kinda see the gradient that goes in it, so you'll be able to see the different colors that are there, so you know what you're getting before you go ahead and, purchase them, which I really like too. So,
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Mm-mm,
Okay,
mm-mm.
so I have one more new yarn, and I'm not sure that we talked about this one because this one is really new for us. This one is called Gauzy. And it is a sport weight yarn, and it is 142 yards per 50 grams, and it is 65% cupro, 35% merino wool. So if you fell in love with our Samia yarn, which was also the cupro yarn, now we have combined it with wool to kind of give it this whole new feel. It's got this great twist
Ooh.
to it. It's fabulous.
Oh my gosh, that pink is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, there's some
Wow.
really great colors that you can check out. We got some neutrals in there too, so don't worry.
Yep.
You'll be able to have them. I have this one, which is the bear color, but we also have some other colors in there too that you can go ahead and check out. This
Oatmeal,
is
it's kind
just
of like a pale, like a brown, right? Like a natural.
yes, I think there's like a tan, like a light tan in there.
Yep.
I don't think we
Yep.
have a dark brown yet, but it's like a lighter color.
Yeah, you got the neutrals, but I
Yeah.
am a sucker for like purples.
Mm.
And I think that's what I'm getting is grape stand or grape drink,
Grape
something
drink.
like that. Grape drink. That's
That
it.
one's grape drink. Yep.
I love, and I haven't actually worked with the Cupro before, so I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see how this works up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so nice. I love it. I'm so excited for this. I'm trying to pick out what garment I'm gonna make in this because to
Hmm.
me, this screams a garment and it just needs to be all over. I'm not quite sure which color I'm gonna go with yet because I haven't picked out a pattern, but that is on my list for over Thanksgiving weekend is to find what I'm making in this yarn because this needs to be done in a garment
Yeah.
ASAP.
I think I might, because I got two. So I
Mhm.
might do like a drop stitch because I got the oatmeal, the beige, and then the purple, the
Yeah,
grape drink. So I might do
yeah.
like a drop stitch so that you really see the definition in the two colors. Maybe
Yeah,
in a cowl or maybe like in a shrug,
I
something
love that
along those
idea.
lines. Yeah, that could be
That's gonna be
really
really
pretty.
pretty.
Something that's
Yeah,
going to go up against the skin.
yeah, yeah. but yeah, we have so many new options going on right now. There's so many things to pick from. Some of these have been out a little while, and that's totally fine, just till we get to talk about them. But they're still brand new to us, and the fibers are so great. Like I have to admit, our team has been working really hard to bring in new fibers and different fiber combinations and color
Mhm.
combinations, so that there's new and unique things. Carlene just said the colors and fiber combos are so unique and gorgeous. Thank you. We work
Mhm.
really, really hard to make sure it's stuff that we want to use as makers, because we all get to stitch things up and we all make, like, well,
Yeah.
maybe not all of us, but the majority of us are makers in the office. So we want to use these things, and we want to make sure that we're giving you guys things that we feel are worthy of your dollars, worthy of your time, worthy of your stash, because we all know that happens too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, like, I've used across the board. I mean, like, this is one of my, but like the yarns, they don't split. The fibers
Mhm.
don't split. They're really soft. I think you've got a couple, like, I think you got some Lion brand in there, which is also a
Yeah.
great line. But just your own lines, all the yarns, I mean, they're affordable,
Mhm.
which I'm super excited about when you run the sales. Um, yeah, that's a little
Like right
scary.
now.
Like right now. Yeah, we go on vacation and then I have to call my neighbor and say, "Hey, I got a box coming. I got a box coming." My husband goes, "Why do you order stuff when we're gone?" I'm like, because I can't help it. It's there.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do on a ship? But you're just gonna,
Yeah.
do stuff like that. Days at sea are shopping days for me.
That's right.
Um,
That's
but
right.
but consistently, it's like I don't have problems with the pilling or the
Mhm.
splitting. Pretty much across the board, anything I've tried is just really, really, it's really nice to work with, and it feels really good. So I'm just a huge fan. I mean, that's why I found you guys, and yeah, so huge fan.
Oh, thank you. We love hearing that so much because, again, we put a lot of time, a lot of effort. We love doing it, but again, we're working hard to make it the right thing that people are going to want to use and make with. So we're so
Yeah,
excited about that. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to bring up. I mean, we talked about your channel. Make sure you go and like and follow and subscribe. There's going to be an
thank you.
unboxing video sometime
Sooner
in the
than
next
later.
couple days. As
Yes.
soon as the mailman shows up with the yard.
I know. Poor guy. He's just like, "Oh my gosh, lady, come on." I had to chase him down the street and go, "I need that yarn." And he's like,
Oh,
I'm really sorry, with holidays and things start
yeah.
backing up. But can I just talk really quickly on this one?
Yeah.
I just opened these. So I was so excited with these guys because I've never seen these before, but they interlock,
Mhm.
which is so great because, like, if you're going around small corners or you're doing, because sometimes you got the blocks, but they're like a sort, they're all the same length kind of a thing.
Right.
So this was such a great idea, and they just lock together like this, right? And then you just can
Yep.
bend them, and I love
Yeah.
that.
We loved it too because you could make it as long as you wanted to, because when you're looking at the other sets, yeah, you can stick them right next to each other, but this really gives you a long piece if you want it, or a short piece if you want it, and it helps you with your curves as you're going
Yes.
around a shawl. It helps you get like very sharp points when you're going into a shawl or something like that. Because of the way that they line up, you can actually put the pin right in the corner. Like you can have two pins together
Yeah.
right in the corner, um, and you don't have the problem where they're like butting up and you can't overlap to get it right in that corner when you're blocking. So
It's like Legos for
yeah,
adults,
yeah,
but it's really sharp down here.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Be
not for
careful.
kids.
Don't leave those laying on the floor.
Don't leave those laying around. But I just love how well, like, you can just make them anything you want, and they actually stay together really well and
Yeah.
fit. So I was super excited when I saw these things come through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're so excited about those. And they come with T-pins. So just in case you need a couple T-pins to help in a certain area, or depending on what kind of lace it is, you do get the T-pins with it just in case. So
Yeah.
we're all
And you get
set.
a lot of these. Like, I was really impressed with how many I got in here.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
really
was very
awesome.
excited about this. I
Yeah,
was very excited.
that is one of our favorite things that we've launched recently. There is a comment here about Canada Post being on strike. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
That
that's
does
okay.
stink that you're not getting packages, especially this time of year.
Hopefully
Hopefully,
that won't last long.
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry. But yeah. But thanks, Kim, for joining me
Oh
today
my
to talk
gosh.
all
Thank
about
you.
yarn.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. This is so much better than cooking for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Although I love doing that as well. I love talking about yarn, and I can't wait to get all of these. And so I'll do an unboxing, and you'll maybe get to see some different colors that maybe Caitlin you didn't have or you didn't show. So I'll be doing that probably in the next day or so, as soon as I tackle the mailman and
Yeah.
get what I'm
Sounds perfect.
okay. Thank you so much, and have a great holiday,
Yes.
celebrating Thanksgiving. I know people in Canada already did, but just have a great holiday season too.
Yes, and hopefully everybody will get some stitching time in very soon and make a new project, start something new.
There you go. Get your Christmas lists.
Yes. All right, thanks
Thank
everybody.
you.
See you. We won't be here next no, we will be here next week. No break yet. We're breaking at Christmas, not this week. We're good. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.